So this video is going to be about psychosis. I'm gonna reading it off of paper, and sorry for if I'm talking slow because my writing is so terrible. Here we go. I would write on the walls saying talk, because I couldn't talk at the time. And that was my only way of seeing it, the only way I could, if I could see it, I could try to make it really happen, I guess. And not being able to talk made me so depressed. So I would go back to the garage for comfort, and then I would start talking to myself like I was on a mission. And I stopped thinking about my room all completely. And so all my time I spent outside or in the garage, acting out scenes from the Warriors. Having fun was my only objective, but I was losing myself in acting. So I was acting like the Warriors, and I thought that if I could just do that for long enough, that I would reach some type of point of euphoria. And but I was just losing myself completely. And then when I went, and then the voices started coming on, and I would only scream at them when they were done talking. I would never engage in conversation. I think at my worst point, when the cops stopped me, well, let me slow down a bit. Then I started walking the streets as things got worse, and I would hear voices and thinking they're coming from cars from people that were outside. And they were really telling me negative stuff, and I didn't really have any control over that. So I was in panic mode, and I would run back to my house. And that only happened once. No, it happened twice. The first time it happened, I was in a different state. But this time, I'm in psychosis, so I don't really know what to think about it, I think just hearing stuff is terrible, but I think so after there's this last time the last time I got to run outside and be crazy, doing dangerous type stuff. I put a hose around my neck and tried to hang myself, and that was when they caught me. And all this, I'm doing this in secret. But they know I'm in the garage, and my family knows I'm in the garage, and they make a point that the reason I'm in the garage is because I can't go to my room anymore because it doesn't feel good in there, and that's why I'm in the garage, in my house. But they catch me, and then I'm still my only objective is to act, to have a good time. So they put me in the squad car, and I'm in the back of the car, and I'm acting again. I found myself acting again, talking to the lady. She's saying, "So you're a burner, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I do." And I'm not really making any connection here because I'm acting. And then I get to the hospital, and then I try to run out of the hospital, out of the door that I came in with the checkout, and I pushed the lady out of the way to get into the other room, and then that's when the security guards inject me with a sedative, and I get so angry that I'm like, I'm gonna blow up the hospital. And but I fell asleep, so the sedative worked. So I'm being. This is like a general hospital, like. No, this is like one that you have to wait for to get in, and so it's a very shitty hospital. And I'm waiting, and I get in my room finally, and then I start acting again. I start talking to myself. Or no, not. Well, I do start acting at one point, but first I start talking to myself, and I start to lose myself even more. Like nothing has changed. I'm still doing the same things, and so I'm talking to myself, but it's not working. So I start acting. I tear off sleeve from my shirt. I make some fake. I make some not fake. Make some gloves to put with finger holes in them, just to act like Ajax from the Warriors. To pump myself up or something. I don't know what it was for. Just to find some sense of comfort. And so I'm doing that, and they make a comment. So one of the staff makes a comment. Is it Halloween? What month is it? And I'm just paranoid, and I'm not thinking too much of it. It's just a comment, I guess. And by the last night, I don't know it's the last night, but I have walk out with no t-shirt, no shoes, just pants, and I'm puffing out my chest, they said, and looking intimidating. And I get on the phone and I ring my sister, and I say, you better get me out of here. You better break down that door, and you get me out of here. And then that's the last phone call I had. So the night as I walked back to my room, I'm not interacting with people. I'm still in psychosis, and I'm still not understanding what's going on. Everything's overwhelming. I go back to my room. Everything is looking like shit. So I try to go to sleep because I've started to feel like really paranoid, and my neck was like in an uncomfortable position, like twisting like on its own, or like me doing it, but like without wanting to do it. And it was the most painful experience I've ever had, and that's why I hate going to hospitals. Hospitals like that. And I'm in pain, and I don't want to be there anymore. I forgot a part of the story. I'm punching the walls, and I'm bleeding from my knuckles, and they put me in the quiet room. They said I can get out at any moment I want to, but they're trying to help me out at this point. They're just trying to, because they see I'm a wreck, and they just want to help me out. But I can't take that quiet room, so I get out, and I go back to my room, and I don't remember, I don't know how to connect the story from here, but anyways, the last day, I it was terrible, or the last night in there, it was terrible, and I wake up, but I'm still feeling the same way, so I didn't sleep anything off. I still feel shitty. I still feel like I'm paranoid, and everything's overwhelming. I wait till 2 to get out. I get in the bed of the truck. When I finally do get out, so I get out, I get in the bed of the truck. We're driving back home, and I'm thinking, man, my head's about to pop off. Like, the pressure I'm feeling on my head is tremendous. I after that I go to my room and I just can't think. Like I stop and I just can't even think anymore. And then I knew at that point that I couldn't do it on my own, that I needed help, and that's when I asked for help. And so I went to Brownie Lane and I got a shot, an Invega shot, and that helped me out. But I still needed more help with my depression, my anxiety, and other things. And I was diagnosed like different time, like with different things. But what I'm diagnosed with now is schizoaffective disorder, which is a combination of like attributes of like schizophrenia and bipolar. And I'm dealing with that right now. So, but everything like through all this shit that I went through, like I'm so glad I asked for help, because if I wouldn't have asked for help that day, I don't think I would be doing as good as I am doing right now. And I've made so much progress in a short amount of time. I see a doctor now. I'm going back to Brownie Lane, and to get that Invega shot, which really helps me out. The only bad thing is I'm experiencing like psychosis, like pretty bad. Like it's just like it's a little bit different than what I was experiencing. What I had just read to you. I'm experiencing psychosis now. It's like things are too loud and things are too bright, and I'm not hallucinating anymore. Not that I don't think I am, but I maybe am. I may be really hallucinating. Sometimes I do think I'm hallucinating, but then sometimes I think it's just like my imagination or something. But uh, what else? So like, and then movies are now like a thing to me, where like I pretend I'm that person in the movie, and so I guess it hasn't left me yet, but I'm still trying to get rid of it. Like I don't want to act all my life. I just want to be real. I just want to be not real, but like true to myself and being set in reality and things like that. So I uh, I just I'm struggling right now, but it's the morning, so let's see how things go. And and if you, I don't know. I think I guess I'm done making this video. So bye.